Good afternoon and welcome to this PGL course. I am doing this first time, so please excuse me if there are some flaws and you don't catch all the words there. We will try to refine itself eventually as we move on. Just give a short introduction for myself. My name is there, Father Tony Thampi. I did my BSc in the 60s at St. Joseph's College. There was only one college, the whole of Bangalore. St. Joseph's had only one college. They were separated later. I did other studies in Pune and then went to the States at the University of Notre Dame. Notre Dame means Our Lady. I did my MBA and then went to Chicago, University of Loyola, for the PhD. I taught over 20 years as a member of the faculty in the old SJCBA and then as visiting professor at SJIM. You can see my website here as well as an email address and a phone number if you need them. You will surely need the website I created for the course to help you download the handouts and do your psychological tests. So you need to go to the website SJIMPGL.in and you could download some of the initial handouts here, a short course description, the exam procedure, it's only one page, then the handout for the course itself, about 12 pages. Then there is an enneagram, one of the psychological tests you will do, a diagram for that. You'll need that to understand your personality and also for the exam. So here is a printout or a photo of the one page description, course description is called short description there. And then you have the scoring sheet. 3 psychological tests you will do. Going to the top, you'll find psychological tests on the website, and you have to fill in this sheet as part of your knowing yourself and for the exam as well. So there is enneagram test, MBTI test, which you already done. You'll be doing one more time, and then a Pyro B test. This is the diagram you will download. When I explain the test to you, I'll be explaining these personality types. And you notice that every one of them got a nice description, very short. So one of these personality might fit in with your type, and we'll explain that. For the exam, you need to write a very short paper. I've written here 1 or 2 pages, maximum 3 pages. You get 15 points for that paper. Any experience that you have in life, an incident, a situation. You can also take a movie. A lot of people try to copy the movie review from the website, and you don't get any points for that if you do that. So you need to analyze, once you cite the experience in about 2 paragraphs, excuse me, what personality that you learn from there you can cite here. Okay, what emotions have you named? What behaviors are involved? Personality, emotion, and behavior. That's what you're going to deal with. So it's not a review from a movie or something, examining or teasing out the underlying beliefs and values and needs and attitudes that sprang from it. What beliefs are there? And the values and needs and attitudes that you see that. You have to quote from the class learnings and theories on personality and psychology as basis. It's not a drama, it's not a movie. It is something that you have learned and you need to make your comments on that. Okay? So you need to prove to me that you have the ability to understand the dynamics of different personality styles and different emotional expressions and experience. Therefore, in the future, when you work in organization, you are able to name them and then follow up, understand a person, deal with that person. That's the whole point of it. When you say attendance, that means you're attending to this, and I have a sign of it. I'll be asking some questions to you quickly, and you need to answer quick answers. And the test done, and you get that, all that will get you 15 points. So these two things you get 30 points, 15 and 15, and 70 is for the exam. So 30 points is your participation. Personality test. The first one is the Enneagram test. We'll talk much about it. And you get scores under these 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, and the scores must be put here. Okay, so you'll have to put these, once you go there, under personality test, you'll find this Enneagram. Do the test, you follow the instructions there. At the end, you get the answers. There must be totally 36 here. And for each of these numbers, what scores you got. So that will be entered into the scoring sheet, and then I'll give you some explanation, the meaning of that. In the second test called MBTI, some of you already done MBTI, however, you need to do it again. And you write the scores here. Okay, here you need to write the letter E or I, S or N, E and T and P. You write the letter here, and here the score, corresponding score. What score you got, and what is the letter? E stand for extrovert and introvert. You have done that already. So you need the scores here in the answering in the scoring sheet. The third test is called FIRO-B, and there are areas TWAR. At the end of the score, you'll get those points there, and expressed and wanted. And you get the scores here and scores here. So 3 tests there. So you get only maximum 9. Okay, so part of that sheet has the third point is FIRO, and you write the scores here. See, want expressed E and wanted W. Score here and score here. I also give you the explanation once I get a copy of your scoring sheet. So you will have a picture of who you are, and in the future when you work, you'll get an idea. I'm going to do quickly some tests, like a psychological fun test. Will give you some picture of who you are, Most of the time, they are actually quite accurate, though I call it a fun test. Here I am going to give you the names of 5 animals. See there? Cow, horse, pig, tiger, and sheep. 5 animals. You must write in order of preference. So you say A, which is that animal, and B and C and D, E. So you write these 5 animals in the order of preference you have. Just put it on a little piece of paper like that somewhere. You have. Okay, have you got it? Write it quickly. The order of preference. Cow, horse, pig, tiger, sheep. Write it down and make your order of preference. Second test. It's called color preference. Think of someone who knows you and who is important to you and with whom you want to relate. Okay. There'll be several people. We only take 5% now. Through these colors, you want to choose these 5 important people in your life and assign a different color to each of them. So for you, yellow means this type person, red means that person, orange means this other person, and white and green. So choose 5 persons, assign a color to each of them. That's the second test. So quickly write down the colors and then choose the persons to correspond to that. That's the second test. Okay. One more test. In the third one, you need to have these, again, you have 5 names. Okay, 3 of them are animals: dog, cat, rat, coffee, and sea. So write down quickly these names: dog, cat, rat, coffee, tea. Okay, and write one word to describe each of these. So third test, write one word to describe these. Okay, that could be quickly done, I suppose. Be in the next hour or something. Okay, in life, I want you to understand uh, there are 3 key factors. 3 key factors in life. I put here BME equal to BTR. I'm making a connection between what you're going to do in the future, what your job is going to be, and what PGL is going to help you train yourself towards that. So what does that mean, BME? B means business. So any business someone starts, they want profit, results, success, achievement. So people start a business. There are NGO and other things that would do for service. They may not look for profit. So this is normally a business is for result, success. And in order to get that, the business needs who? Managers. So you in the future are going to be trained to become managers, manage their business. So they need supervisors or managers to run their business. And what do the managers do? What is their main function? Tasks to be done. A company may be procuring materials, raw materials. So someone must be there to do that. Another one must be processing things there and manufacturing with that something. Another person has to go into sales. A third person has to manage everyone else there. So managers have several tasks to be done. That's the thing, task doing. So they need managers to do these tasks. So if the tasks are well done, then the results will be very positive. That's why the connection between the two. So they need managers to monitor who? The employees. So business needs managers to monitor employees. So what do the employees do? Their behavior. They're coming on time, they are trained, they are skillful, they are cooperative, they can function with other people, they can cooperate, they can work in team. They don't create any jagda, any fight there. They obey the managers and all that. Such behaviors will make the task done. And once the task done, you have the result. See the connection there. So this is a link that you need to understand. So managers will monitor the employees and their behavior will make the task done. So you see the connection there. Behavior, task done, result. Business, manager, employees. So this is how the equation works there. Suppose we take our college. Our college, what happens? College needs to have a particular function or a mission or a purpose of education, which means at the end of it, students get all passed or exam, they get a job, their placement, and they consider that as a good result, And so they need a faculty to do that, isn't it? So they will get the task done. It could be teaching and monitoring exams and attendance and sports and extracurricular, co-curricular, many things are there. Placement interview, all these tasks need to be monitored eventually by the faculty. They're starting from the interview onwards. So the results there. So they need to monitor students and their behavior. They're coming on time, they're participating, they're disciplined in the classroom. Examination, their extracurricular activities and other co-curricular activities all are part of the structure of a college getting things done. So if they do this properly, then there is a big task done result in the same way. So finally, we always come to behaviors. So it could be punctuality, professional, they work in team, they're time bound, there are things that be done in certain time. So always, pressure there. And people come with a creative and innovative idea, different way of doing the same thing. Each batch of our students would come with some creative ways and creative ideas, whether it's sports or other co-curricular or extracurricular activities there. So they are punctual, skillful, cooperative, accountable, able to work in a team, attend meetings, training sessions, no unnecessary interference, etc., would make the action done or the goal achieved. If they are irregular, don't follow common procedures, don't obey supervisors, managers, don't accept to be trained, unable to work in a team, don't report or accountable, they create cliques and groups to oppose changes, then we have problem. So these are all called behaviors in some sense. They're all behaviors that make success or failure of the work. Our behavior is affected by our personality as well as the environment. You could have a good personality, Let's say you are trained at home not to throw garbage here and there, always put in the waste paper basket. You go with 4 or 5 friends outside at lunch break. Let's say you have some ice cream or candy in your hand and you pop in the candy and you look around, everybody's throwing the wrappers around. No waste paper basket kept anywhere, no garbage bins. What do? You also might throw it, even though you're trained at home. So the fault is not only with the personality, with the environment. Your friends also call an environment. You know why we have in India a 144 rule? When the government imposes 144, started from the British time, 5 or more people cannot gather because it creates another personality. That mob is the personality called mob mentality. Matter though somebody shouts and we join. We don't think of our culture, religion, or whatever background, our personality, but the environment, creates a particular havoc or a mentality attitude within us. And then we go along with everybody, and that's what we don't want to do. So environment definitely can create such issues in life. So our behavior, the personality affects the environment and the environment affects the personality. Therefore, our behavior at the end will affect the performance. It could be a bad name for the college because someone from SJIM did that. It may go with that from that state or this state, this culture, this tribe or this gotra or something, So it affects everyone, beyond our person. So these points that we have seen earlier is what they expect when you go to work in a company normally. You are punctual, you are professional, skillful, you are trained well, and you can work in team and you can get something done time bound. The report must be given by tomorrow morning. You'll be there and you bring some innovation, some creativity, something. It is the employees who have changed the company and the company policies. They have brought many creative ideas that has made all the difference there. And tomorrow that will be expected from you too, to bring some creative ideas.
So look, I'm just a guy in a cube counting down the hours until I can go home and play World of Warcraft with Generation Y or Z or whatever they're called by now. I'm not looking to hobnob with the bigwigs upstairs, just to do my job. Simple, right? Wrong. Because somewhere along the yellow brick road, management decided we're all screwed up because our projects are always late. Ding, and another suit earns their wings. But now get this, the reason they say we're late, we're not emotionally attached. So, bam, I'm sitting in a training room as some new age trainer asks what color I feel like when a project is late. What color do I feel like? The only color I can think of is green, as in all the green being flushed away under a shiny rainbow of idiocy. And meanwhile, back in the real world, my to-do pile keeps getting bigger. So you want to know why our projects are late? It's not because we need some motivational poster hanging on the wall. It's because people can't talk to each other. Someone misses a deadline, nobody's willing to open their pie hole and say anything. Who'd have thunk it, right? But there it is. So, here's a memo to the bigwigs. How about next time you pull me into training, teach useful skills, like getting people to talk to each other, even when it's awkward or unpopular. Save all those group hugs and trust falls for the company picture.
This video is put it in a humorous way, but some of the facts will pop out of that, and we might be aware of some of those facts there. We all have a self-concept from our family, from our background, our personality, and behind, that self-concept, there is beliefs. We have certain beliefs there. And then comes values and needs. we have a value and there is a need coming, an attitude. Only what we see is the behavior. Often we don't even see the attitude. Sometimes we see the attitude, but we don't see very often these four may not be exhibited. But the behavior we can all see. Where is that behavior come from? We all know. We're going to examine some of that. What is that concept or belief that we have out of which these things come? So, very often when I say environment, all this can mean environment in a company or an organization. The pay you get, the ambience there, the trust you have, the autonomy, the initiative you're allowed, many things will be part of the environment of the company. Why people leave a company, why people don't produce well, it has to do with the environment, which will all include some of these and more. Let us see an example of how environment can affect us. This is the story of the bear, Bernard the bear. He's just sleeping by the beach. He was just relaxing by the beach. A bird flying by, drops on him. He thought it was ice cream for probably. They were very upset what bird dropped on him. Now he runs after that bird. Very upset. It's an example of a personality. He's curious with everything, reacts to everything. And so leaving it and forgetting and wiping off his face, gets into a trouble after trouble, getting a fruit falls on his head. He has to again examine that, and he found the water that is like the coconut juice, very tasty. They're more on the top. Now the next exploration starts. Get more of that. Well, for trouble, he's angry with the stone, the climb. Very stubborn. He got one, very happy. He should have come down. He go for another one. He lost his balance. When his practice on the climbed up eventually. Glad he got one of them. There is some juice inside. But the palm tree got on fire. do you think? Some people's behavior are like they go after they instead of one trouble leaving it behind, they go after one after the other, ending up nowhere.
உன்னை சொல்லி குற்றமில்லை என்னை சொல்லி குற்றமில்லை உன்னை சொல்லி குற்றமில்லை என்னை சொல்லி குற்றமில்லை காலம் செய்த கோலமடி கடவுள் செய்த குற்றமடி கடவுள் செய்த குற்றமடி உன்னை சொல்லி குற்றமில்லை என்னை சொல்லி
company you're working for, they may not accept this. People all the time looking at the phone and checking this, checking WhatsApp and what message is that. Many companies may not accept that. So their behavior that distracts them, constantly have to check the phone and delays the work, and the concentration lost, commitment is lost. Here you have two famous people, our Mahatma Gandhi and our former president, Mr. Abdul Kalam. Ability is what you are capable of doing. Motivation determines what you do. Attitude determines how well you do it. These are three things. Ability, your resources, your ability, that you are capable, you have it there. But only motivating that passion to do determines what you do. Attitude, it determines how well you do it. Will you give up? Will you a failure? Someone puts you down, someone opposes, someone questions. That's where the attitude comes in. Whether you give up. Here is a doctor who was given injection to this baby. It's a matter of probably a minute of job. But it takes several minutes to entertain that kid with this syringe so that the kid is ready and he can take him in a second. And so he is smiling and happy. This is what we talk about an attitude. He doesn't outspend that time. But there is a human person, he does it something, does it fully well. So that when he takes the cap off it, gives the injection, the kid is not even aware of it because of the way he does it. He is not even aware of that. This is what we call an attitude, and the way you do things. A good leader or a good manager or a supervisor, it is an ability he has to influence the group toward the achievement of his goals. Of course, the ability needs also motivation and attitude. We learned that the greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind. That's it. That's it. Here is the leader, an ant leader. They carry leaves. Now they come to a riverside. And the leader finds out there's a little piece of wood across the river, but he won't test it out. Okay, so he doesn't want his whole gang down because it breaks. Let me study just like that, little piece of wood. See what? That's the goodness of a leader. He finds it okay. He can go across his collar. So he gives a whistle and everyone lines up. Halfway through, they all find out, well, it's not hitting, it's cracking. So what next? The leader has to change the mind, find an alternate solution. We always may not have all the resources required. If a plan A fails, we have to find a plan B, but we may be short of resources. So, what is the resource they find around there? An old bunch of newspapers. And what do they do with that? Oh, we can consult this group. They may be coming with an idea and a serious person. So we use the potential of the group, the ability of the group, the skills of the group at that time for an alternate solution. And come with an idea. So they turn the newspaper into what? Now we got it. Paper plane. There they go. In fact, the wind will make it fall in the water. And later they will float on the river. Reach their destination. The stories of the church, they use the land, they use the air, they use the water. All of these use the sources to reach their goal. That is the kind of beauty of leadership, is able to use available resources in multi ways for the goal. Learning new skills and creating tools. You heard this, don't work hard, work smart. Those of you are Christians, when you make the sign of the cross, you do like this. You touch your forehead, you touch your heart, and you touch your arms there, the shoulders, to symbolize conceptual, mental, conceptual, heart, relational, and physical. God has given us these resources. Our Shakti, our resources, our abilities, our Shakti, also has given us our Yukti and Buddhi and our commitment or Bhakti. So a Vyakti gets his Mukti by using his Shakti with Yukti and Bhakti. So it is not enough to have resources, Shakti, but you have to use your mental ability. Don't work hard, work smart. Use your Buddhi. And whatever you do, however you do it with Bhakti, commitment, dedication, Arpan. That is the meaning of that. Today, instead of Buddhi, the world will teach you Adibuddhi and Kubuddhi. Instead of mantra, Bhakti, they will teach you Tantra and Kutantra. So our resources are not enough. It is the way we use our resources and whatever we do, how much of commitment, dedication, arpan that we do. These tools that are used. When you stop learning, you stop growing. In life, we're always learning from our mistakes. So there are no mistakes, no failures. In a way, it is a way to learn. We change our combination or permutation or ways of doing. So we got to keep trying many times because there is no such thing as a stop learning because we always work in life. These two cats, initially very selfish. See that? And you have to teach the cat How do you teach a cat to share? Not very easy, I suppose. But they are not fighting, they are not angry, they are not spilling the milk. Let's see now. Ah, they learned that. So both can have, and it changes the combination, changes the attitude. Anywhere you're going to work, there will be sometimes some tricky people, corrupt people, complicated people. And if you have a value system, you come from your family or religion, whatever teaches you, and you come with this, then you may have a problem. That's why it's given there. If you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. Any enticement, any bribe, anything you can fall for. So it's important that SJIM students, when they go into the world, they stand for certain value system. Don't fall for anything. Here is a bird. And they have to lift the plow, go. They went away. He gave a protest. You see that? So stand for your values. Don't give up. None of us as smart as all of us. So learning to include other people, searching for answers, getting collaboration from others is the beauty of today's success. Don't assume that you know everything. You know that word assume means is made of three words. You make you and me as you and me an ass, a donkey. So don't assume that you know everything or the other one won't cooperate. Include. Here I have this picture of a good father who makes his small little baby part of his carpentry work, and how beautifully he incorporates the child in that job.
दुनिया में हम आए हैं तो जीना ही पड़ेगा जीवन है अगर जहर तो पीना ही पड़ेगा दुनिया में हम आए हैं तो जीना ही पड़ेगा जीवन है अगर जहर तो पीना ही पड़ेगा
Again, quickly and in a humorous way, to as we introduce ourselves onto this subject, we begin with the age of the bottle. Another bottle, as we get into young boy or teenage. The men may go for that type of bottle, and the women may go for this kind of perfume bottle. But again, bottle, and then we might end up having medical bottles. We may start with a cradle like this. You're born. When you become a little younger boy or teenager, girl, little better bed. That's your marital bed. And this is the kind of final journey of old age. They say you live like a cat, then like a monkey, and then a donkey, and a dog, and an owl. Pleasing everyone, occasionally fighting, eating and sleeping, walking in anywhere, no duties, no responsibilities. Imagine the cat tried to dare facing up the crocodile.
Growling at him.
And a venomous cobra. So they take high risk. There is a little bear. See how bold the cat is.
Oh my.
Cougar, I think.
Melanie. Okay. Come here for a minute.
Ready? Ready?
Then you get into the monkey's life. Jumping from branch to branch, teaching everyone. You will jump from branch to branch. You will do silly things. You will be amusing to everyone. That's also part of being a monkey. You put some water down. They become very stubborn. What they like, what they don't like. Okay, now he's going to put some real milk. Ah, that's good. But only for me. Then we go into another stage, donkey, carrying for everybody, struggling for everybody, sweating it out for the family. All the burdens fall on you. You do all this MBA and everything else. Get a job, you look after everyone at home. Riders on the storm. Riders on the storm. Then you have a dog's life. You sit in front, bark at people, look after the house. When you're called for food, you're given. Your life is caring for the family.
Oh, Bella.
In front of a little cat.